live in a challenging world. And I cannot imagine trying to function in this world not having Jesus. And I'm very grateful for that. And I want to talk about this morning. I talked about it some in the past, and I want to talk about it a little bit more this morning. I want to talk about, the title of my message this morning is, we must guard our hearts. Because we live in a world that's very evil. And we live in a very manipulative, deceitful world. And if we're not careful, our hearts will be just like that.
Come on, brother.
Evil, deceitful, and very manipulative. And we've got to make sure that we are guarding our hearts from that. Turn with me to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. I got some scriptures for us to read this morning on guarding our hearts. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Above all else, guard your heart. God he just lays it out there. Above all else, we need to be guarding our hearts. He's talking to our teens, our campus, singles, marrieds. Above all else, guard your hearts. Let's go. For everything you do flows from it. Everything we do flows from your heart. That's what God says. So therefore, we must guard it. Because everything we do comes from the heart. That's right. Let's keep reading. Keep your mouth free from perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Amen. Let your eyes look straight ahead. I was talking to Sal Patrice about that this morning. That's why. I'm saying when you're out and about, God says keep your eyes straight. Amen. That's very convicting, because I think when I'm out sometimes, I'm always looking around and checking things out. But then you can catch the eye of somebody and be like, hey, I'm checking you out too. I'm checking you out. And see, God says don't be doing that. That's right. Keep your eyes straight. And hey, summertime is here. People act like they don't know how to wear clothes. God says we got to keep our eyes straight, because things will be in your eyesight. And we should keep our eyes straight ahead and looking up, and not looking all around us, looking down and checking everybody out. God says don't do that. Keep corrupt talk from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Then I love this. Fix your gaze directly before you. He'll not only tell you look straight ahead, then he tells you fix your eyes. Fix your gaze. Don't be lurking and roaming around when you're out and about. Don't give Satan an opportunity to mess your heart up. Don't catch yourself lusting and looking out. No, God says gaze straight ahead. Preach about it. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the path for your feet. God says, man, be careful. The path you take, give careful thought to it. Don't just, this is where I'm going over here. I'm going this way. I want to do. It's all about what I want to do and what I feel. God says, no, you don't do that. No, that's right, Frank. He said, don't do that. Give careful thought to the path you take. Think about it. Pray about it. Give it to God. We got to learn how to apply what we read. I think God gave us specific direction. That's right. And we got to be careful. I know when Brittany Michael was graduating from high school, man, we prayed about everything. What you thinking? Where you want to go to school? Why? Right. What was your reason? Amen. With Michael, it was always football. Son, you better figure out God in your decisions. Right. And so everywhere when he played in South Carolina, we made sure that he was at church. God got to be the priority. Yes. When we went to Amherst, God got to be the priority. Because if he's not, it won't work. It will fail. Right. And so when he got there, they told him, nah, man, we practice on Sunday. It didn't take 3 months before, you're right, Dad. God is not in the plans. The football is not in my plans. You're right, son. Amen. So what you stand up there for? You're right. Brought himself home and finished and graduated. Amen. He said, Dad, if I just listened beforehand, I wouldn't have been. No, son, some things you got to learn, but sadly, some things you learn the hard way. That's right. But you learn. Amen. Figure it out. And you start learning. Now, I'm not putting my name no more on those student loans, so you finna learn some things. Put your own name on that. Hey, I'm done with that, boy, son. You ain't gonna crowd me up, and I can't get out of debt. Right. You bring me laughing hard up there. I'm going to tell Michael and your sister laughing at you. Yeah, no, I got to breathe. I used to tell my kids all the time, look here, you grown now. I got to make sure you're doing all right. But if you get married and have grandkids, I got to help out the grandkids. I can't be just focused on you all the days of your life. So I got to make sure I still can have a few pennies left in the bank. So you got to make better decisions, wiser decisions. It needs to be based on God. So he came on home. Give careful thought to the path for your feet, and the steadfastness in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or to the left. There it is, Patrice. We were talking about this morning. I know I read like, man, I read this in my sermon. Man, you got to look straight ahead. Gaze your eyes. And God says, don't be up there turning. Don't be up there looking and doing this stuff here. Don't be doing this here, going all over. What you doing? Yeah. God says, man, look straight ahead. Gaze. Keep me. Think about me. All your path should be on me. Should be on me. All our decisions we make. Guys, all decisions, you want to guard your heart, let every decision you make in your life be based on God. Every decision. What would God want me to do in this situation? There is not a decision you can make based on God that will fail. God will bless every one of them. Not one will fail when it's all about God. Come on, brother. I remember when I was younger, 56 now, but when I was younger, I think I was 24. And we had just got married. And the church asked me about being a head preacher at this church, the Crossroads Church of Christ. And the elders got with me. But I also had been asked to move to Boston to get more training. And I remember telling the elders, look, I would love to stay here and preach, but I got some maturing to do. I've never been married before. I just got married. I don't think I'm equipped to stand before a church as a newly married man, and I look out there and half of them have been married. Not joking, Father forgive me. Half of them brothers out there have just been married. Half of them out there been married for 20, 25, 30 years. And then all of a sudden I'm their preacher, and I'm going to tell this, and they're going to look at me like, what? Man, I got kids older than you. I'm telling you, I know people. Listen, I seen it. And it was like, well, we'll help you out with that. No, there's some things you can't help me out with. And that's me being married longer. It takes time. So I want to step back and be humble and let me train and learn some more. And that's what I decided. Then they said, no, we really want you to take this position. I said, look, I grew up not liking anything in Boston. Let me be completely open with you. Let me reveal my heart totally to you. I grew up hating Boston. I did not like the Celtics. Nothing. See, I grew up liking Dr. J, and him and Larry Bird got in a fight one day, and that was it for me. I was done with Boston. I was done. Well, nothing in Boston. Where I grew up was, I didn't think any black people lived in Boston. So I had no desire, Tim, to move to Boston. Let me just put all my heart out there. I ain't got nothing to hide from you. And so, when they asked me to move, considered moving to Boston, I had already became a Christian. And I had already, I had stopped thinking like that. I don't get into basketball and sports stuff no more. Only with JC, Michael, and Tremaine. I don't mess with nobody else. Because see, them my sons, I can win that argument. Because they're gonna let me win most of the time. So I don't get into nothing else. No, LeBron, the greatest players all time. Son, sit down, let me educate you. So we can have those talks, but I don't do that with anybody else. Because this world crazy. So I don't get into that stuff. But before I became a Christian, I got into that stuff. And so I didn't want to move no Boston. They don't let me talk right. So I had no desire. And then so I became a Christian, got married, and then asked about moving to Boston. That's not what I wanted to do. I had no desire. But I thought that was the best thing for me to do spiritually. I had no job moving to Boston. Had no place to stay. We moved in with Marty Wooten for 4 months. I had been married 2 weeks. No, 10 days. And we moved in. Moved us somewhere I'd never been. Didn't have no job waiting on. All the few pennies I had in the bank, we spent on our honeymoon. And our honeymoon, we drove everywhere because I couldn't fly nowhere. Couldn't afford it. Michael and them flying overseas. Well, you done lost your mind. Okay. You must got like that. Daddy didn't have it like that. We drove everywhere. Amen to that. Praise the Lord. We drove everywhere. And so we got back and moved to Boston. Again, it was a decision based on God. I prayed about it, thought about it. It's not where I wanted to go. But we went. Amen. I thought that was the best thing for me spiritually as a young Christian, as a young minister. And God blessed me more than 100-fold. Because my decision was based on God and not what I wanted to do. Then God had a sense of humor. My first service, guess where it was at? Boston Garden. We're in Boston Garden. Parquet floor. My God, okay, now you know I hated this place all my life growing up. And now you got me singing and speaking or singing in Boston Garden. Been at church in the Boston Garden. God said, I'm going to remove every ounce of hate in your heart. It must go. And God did not allow me to leave Boston until I fell in love with the place. Even though they didn't even pronounce my name right now one time. I ain't lying. I'm telling you the truth. You want to go get something to eat, Mark? My name is Mark, M-A-R-K. It took friends and Venice to say, stop it. Let's just stop it. That's just the way they talk up here. Stop it. Well, that ain't the way I talk. So pronounce my name how I want my name pronounced. But they like to move back down south there. It ain't happening up here. Your name is Mark. I'll never forget. We came in and we had to park our car. And traffic was crazy. Nowhere to park our car. And I walked in. They said, "Ma, where you park the car?" And my wife ain't got no sense. She looked at me. Stop it. Stop. I know what you're thinking. Do not respond that way. Be like Jesus. Well, who they talking to? And my car is in the right spot. What's a car? So I had to fall in love with Boston. And I did. Amen. And I accepted it. And God blessed it. Amen. Brothers and sisters, I say this to you because you still try to control too much of your life. And most of your decisions, you're not guarding your heart. It's not based on what the godly thing to do. It's based on what you want to do. And you're going to have to learn. You want God to bless you? You're going to have to learn to surrender and say, God, what is best for me? Even though I don't want to do it, I will do it for you. Tell me what's best for me. And watch what God do for you. Anytime you make spiritual decisions like that, do not turn to the right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil. Keep our foot from evil. To guard our hearts, listen to me now. We must fill it with God. Yes. Amen. You got to fill it with God. Yes. That's the only way you can guard your heart. Yes. You got to fill it up with God and fill it up with His words. If you don't do that, you're going to be all over the place spiritually. And you will not grow spiritually. And some of you will die spiritually. Come on, man. Yep. Proverbs 4:13. Stay in Proverbs 4. Look at verse 13. Hold on to instructions. Hold on to instruction. Do not let it go. Guard it well, for it is your life. God says, when I give you instructions, do what? Guard it. Guard it. He says, guard it because it's your life that we're talking about here. It's your life. You don't guard it, then what about your life? He's talking about our lives, brothers and sisters. Young people. He's talking about your life that you must guard and instructions that you must hold on to make it. That's right. Amen. Look at the New Testament. It says the same thing. Look at John 8:31 and 32. Come on. Amen. Look at John 8:31 and 32. There you go. That's right. Amen. Listen what it says here. To the Jews who believed in Him, Jesus says. He's talking about the people who believed in Him. He's not talking about anybody. He's talking about those who say they believe in him, want to hold to his words. He says, if you believe me, he says, if you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Again, he says, in order to believe in him, to guard your heart, you got to hold on to his teachings. You got to know his teachings. And God says, then you got to hold on to it for dear life. You know, if you was on the Empire State Building, what's a tall building in London? What's that building? What's the Eiffel Tower? The tower, whatever that thing, the tower. Let's say you was on that tower, and it had a ledge on it, and you slipped off the ledge to fall. Why you way up there hanging on the ledge, I do not know. People do dumb stuff like that. I've seen people parachute off these things. They do some crazy stuff. Jumping off bridges for the thrill. You ask them, why you do it? The thrill. Well, there is nothing more thrilling to live for Christ. There's nothing more thrilling. Nothing more challenging. Take any challenge people do on this earth, and the greatest challenge you can do is live for Christ. There's nothing more challenging. Nothing more hard. And without Christ, you won't make it. That's right. But through him, we can do all things through him who give us strength. It blows my mind when people, I'm looking for thrill. I just love to do these incredible things. I like outdoor sports. My family and my household, we just full of thrills because we want thrills. Well, find Jesus. And you won't search for thrills no more. It'll be over. You won't have to worry about it because it'll find you. And we got to really embrace that, the challenge of living for God. And when you find it, you got to hold on to it. You got to guard your heart and hold on to it. And never, ever let it go. Realize there's nothing greater than what you have found. So true. Don't let Satan make it like it's just anything else you find. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19.
All right, Mark. Come on, Mark.
You want to guard your heart? Listen to this. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. My God, you want to guard your heart? Store up for yourself things in heaven. Store up. Understand what God is talking about, heaven. And realize it's a narrow road to find it. Look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a very few find it. We must be the few that find it. So when you find it, you need to hold on to it. Don't ever let it go. Don't fall into Satan's trap. I found it, it's boring now. I found it seemed like the world is more exciting. I found it, but my life is based on what I feel and not what I know. Talk about it. Don't fall into Satan's trap. Every day you wake up, when you find it, every day you got it, it needs to be the greatest day of your life. You got to decide there is nothing greater than what I have found. If you cannot do that, Satan will mess you up. It will become boring to you. You will fall asleep at church. You will not pay attention because you're allowing it to bore you out. You allow Satan to rob you of who God is. And you must not allow that to happen. I remember when I found Jesus. I remember every moment of it, and I'm more excited now than back then. I know who he is. And you can say, well, preacher, Jesus to get me off track. Because every day I woke up, I said, my God, thank you because my father was not there. My God, thank you because my relatives were not there. My God, thank you because things of the world is not there, but you are. And you would never leave me. I remember asking Jesus about it. I remember saying, everything in my life I failed in. School, jobs, girlfriends, I failed. I do not want to fail in you, Jesus. I remember having that talk with him. You know why it's taking me so long, Jesus? Because I'm scared. But if I decide to give you my life, which I've decided, I don't want to fail. And I remember telling Jesus, making this one promise: I won't leave you if you don't leave me. Now that was scary for me because I knew Jesus wasn't going to leave me. So I knew what that meant was up to me. Care what I go through, Father, I'm not leaving you. And my family, money, job, school will not deter me from you. And I would not get on the detour. I'm going to stay on the path. So I remember being in school, fight for my relationship with God. I remember tests and all those things. They meant nothing to me. It was just like doing it because the me was Jesus. And the closer I got to Jesus, the better I did in school. Right. Because I made a decision, whatever I do for the Lord, I'm going to do it with all my heart. And I remember people looking at me like, well, that guy was a mess. Now look, he's trying to act like he holding it down. Well, no, I'm not trying to act like nothing. I'm just trying to be a Christian. There is no acting. I am who I am now. And I remember a couple of my close friends, she only knew of them but didn't know them personally. Had nothing else to do with me. Because the decision I made. I had to guard my heart. I couldn't go hang around people who don't make Jesus a priority, because it'll take me down the wrong path. You want to guard your heart? You better be hanging around the right people. Spending time with the right people. You need to fall in love with the right people. Christians. And you want to play the game? Everybody saved. Okay, you're in trouble. That's right. Guarding our hearts, nourishing the new nature, and starving and getting rid of the old nature. You better hear me on that now. Guarding our hearts means nourishing the new nature and starving out and getting rid of the old self, the old nature, the sinful nature, so that we can live with righteous behavior. That's guarding our hearts. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says this. I love this. Kiki, I love this in two versions. I love the NIV, but I really love that King James version of it. Look at what it says here. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. Are you with me? 5, verse 17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here. Anybody in Christ, God says, the old is gone, the new is here. The King James verse says, behold, the new. That means we got to live, we got to guard your heart, get rid of the old self. Notice you got to look at you and say, that's the same old person. They ain't going to never change. No, in Christ we change. That's right. We get rid of the old self. If you are not changing, then your heart's in trouble. You still hold on to old stuff, doing the same old stuff. Come on. You got to let it go. Let it go. And get the new. Listen to this. Guarding our hearts does not mean we protect ourselves from getting hurt at all costs. That's not guarding our hearts. But it does mean we protect our hearts from sin at all costs. It does mean that. Amen. Let's look at some scriptures to help us with that. Look at Matthew 5:29.
All right. Come on. All right, Mark.
Look at Matthew chapter 5, verse 29. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. If your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for the whole body to go to hell. We got to deal with our hearts and our lives radically.
Come on.
Guarding our hearts does not mean we protect ourselves from getting hurt at all costs, but it does mean we protect our hearts from sin at all costs. Cut it off and get rid of it. Do not allow it to linger in your life. Look at Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Hebrews chapter 12.
Come on, Mark. Good stuff, bro. Amen.
Verse 1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witness, listen what it says now. Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning his shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endures such opposition from sinners, so that you may not grow weary and lose heart. We got to throw off everything that hinders us. We got to figure this out, brothers and sisters. We have to figure this one out. How many of you ever been to a football game? Raise your hand. You ever been to a high school football game, basketball game? Yeah. Okay. All right. So help me out here. Let me get my high school to help me out. At those games, is it quiet? What goes on? Screaming, fighting, cheering. Yep. See, some of them, they dark. They go to the dark side already. Cursing, killing, shooting. They already are sold out to the dark side. Lord, have mercy. All right. Hey, y'all better go home with your kids and have some talks and prayer. Because, boy, they dark. Now, those things do happen, but Lord, have mercy. It's usually cheering and screaming and hoping your team wins. That's what I remember. It's more that than the other. You know, it's a problem when it's a fight or a shooting, they make it so big in the news, but really it's more of the other screaming and cheering and supporting than the other. But my point to you is this. Here's my point. Give me your name. Come on, give me your name. Keep going. Say it loud, I can't hear you. Kyla. Say it loud. Say it loud. Can y'all hear that over there? Speak up. Let's go. Y'all heard that? One more time. You gotta speak up. Y'all hear? Yeah. All right. You louder than that, Jalen.
Jalen. Sierra.
Sierra. What's your name? Chris, you loud. You way louder than that, Chris. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear that over there? Okay. Darion. Miles. Look at me, son.
Oh,
Cameron. So, yeah. So, that's okay, sweet. So, look, I'm going to come on this side. You know, it's amazing to me what we act like we scared to do in church, but we get out to the game, we act a fool. They are the epitome. Hear me now. Don't get mad at me, repent if you do. Because I don't care. They are the epitome of deceit. The epitome of it. Because they do not act like that out there. But in the house of God, Satan got a grip on our children. And you better wake up. They have a fear, or godliness is not important to this is helping them out, helping out high schoolers and junior high, because they go to a game and they'll run around. Hey, girl, hey, what's up? Yeah, they act a fool. They come to church and they act like, I can't talk to nobody. I don't know how to speak.
Come on, brother.
Really? And they say, well, I don't act like that. Look, you probably act worse and don't even know it. You get around your worldly friends and it's something else. Let me say this to you. I can help you. I have walked up on some of y'all didn't even know I was there, and seen you act. And see how you and your little group. I mean, one time it was Benita and Brittany. I said, Brittany, look who's over there. Look at her. I don't want to call her name because you hear it and embarrass you. Look at her. What? But they come to church. But they're not the only one to do it. They're not the only one to do it. We got to break free from Satan's trap. And the only way to do that, you got to guard your hearts. You got to reveal what's in your heart so you can get help them. And you got to make sure parents, your hearts are where it's supposed to be. Because if your heart's not where it's supposed to be, one bad heart helping another bad heart, equals what? Bad hearts. We have a bunch of bad hearts. And so we got to get our hearts right, amen? We got to get serious about our walk and cutting out sin in our life. Getting rid of the timid and cowardice of Christianity. Like it's not cool to be a Christian. It's not cool to say you love Christ. It's not cool to invite people to church. But it's cool to be flirted on and flirt with and go on and go hang out at our friend's house and talk about all the things you don't need to be talking about. We get caught up in the wrong things. And brothers and sisters, we got to get serious about what's in our hearts. Look at Luke 6:45.
Come on, Mark.
Look at Luke 6:45.
Come on, brother. Preach the word.
In Luke chapter 6, verse 45. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart. And an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his heart. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. My question to his church, what is your heart full of? What's in it? You can't say God, most of us, because if you could, you won't be so cowardly about God. You won't be so afraid. You won't be so insecure. You'll be more confident about, no matter who you talk to, about sharing your life.
That's right.
No matter how they respond, what they think, it won't bother you because you have God. And we gotta also, I love, my wife says to me a lot, and that keeps me humble. Said, Mark, we're one bad decision away from doing something stupid. So every day, we better make sure we're not making that bad decision. So it keeps me on my toes to try to be righteous. I don't want Satan to take me down a path that blows up in my face and keep me from making it to heaven. Because the only person who can keep me from heaven is me.
That's right.
What's in our hearts?
Come on, brother.
Is it fixed on Jesus? Are we throwing off everything, cutting everything out of our hearts? Are we preventing things from hindering our hearts from being zealous for Him? Look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 33.
There you go, brother. Good stuff. Good stuff. Come on.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 33. Let's go to 12. Matthew 12, verse 33. I love this, and I pray we do this. Listen what it says. Make a tree good, and its fruit will be good. or make a tree bad, and its fruit will be bad. For a tree is recognized by its fruit.
That's right.
You brood of vipers, how can you who are evil say anything good? For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in him, and an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in him. But I tell you that everyone who will have to give account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. What is coming out of our hearts?
Come on, bro.
What's there? What is it full of? Man, we got to make sure the only hope we got is fill this heart up with Jesus.
Amen.
That's right, man.
With love, kind, peace, joy for the Lord.
Amen.
Submissive to him.
Yes.
Our only hope is Jesus. Look at Proverbs 16:2. Let's go back to the Old Testament. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 2.
Amen, Mark.
Listen what it says. All a person's ways seem pure to them, but motives are weighed by the Lord.
That's right.
Now, I want to talk deeply about this now.
Come on, bro.
See, because we love to say,
Help us out.
we'll speak things, but God knows our motives.
That's right. Come on, brother.
You know, when we want certain things, we can sound like it's spiritual. We can make it sound spiritual.
Yeah.
But God already knows your motives are not pure. This happened to me once. Someone offered me, you know, a position or trying to pull me away from the RCC about a job or move like I could make more money somewhere else. I've even seen ministers move. And they'll move and say, I really think God wanted me to move here. They'll inject God. But they find out their salary was almost doubled. And so they move because it was more money. And then they'll justify their move by saying, I thank God. Forget about where they left now. And the people they went there with, I think God really wanted me to come in. Oh yeah, your motive, you wanted that money. And I thought even as a minister, it's very challenging sometimes I have to say, God, help my heart. Because it's hard for me to respect other ministers who do stuff like that. Because their motives are not pure.
Come on, brother.
And I have to let God have them, but still love them.
Yes.
Break it down.
I've seen many of situations like that with ministers. Don't even get me started with members of the congregation.
Come on.
Even about your motives.
Right.
Come on. Help us out.
Where I want to move, where I want to go, where I want to go off to school.
Talk about it.
Your motives are very seldom are they pure.
Talk about it.
They're selfish motives.
Don't hold back, brother. Don't hold back.
And that's the challenge you're going to get yourself in trouble with.
Amen.
See, because God weighs the motives.
That's right. That's right.
You want to make every decision you make that's about God.
Amen.
See, a lot of decisions we make are hidden in our hearts.
There we go.
God weighs our motives and the reasons for doing something. That's what motives is. It's the reason why you're doing it. Especially those that are hidden in our hearts. A lot of our decisions are based on hidden motives. Hear me now.
That's right.
A lot of decisions you make is based on hidden motives. Because you don't reveal what's really in your heart. And so you make your decision based on a motive. You want to make it look spiritual, but you got hidden motives in your heart. And you need to know that God sees your heart.
Yes.
We try to hide our motives, but God sees them.
That's right. All the time.
And will reveal them.
That's right.
But if our motives are pure, then our hearts will be pure. And God will be glorified. We got to fight for pure hearts, brothers and sisters. And we got to fight to have our motives pure. Look at Proverbs 21, verse 2. A person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart.
Good stuff.
To do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than a sacrifice. We got to strive to do what's right, brothers and sisters. And we got to ask God to give us pure motives, pure heart. Our hearts are extremely valuable. It is the essence of who we are. It is where all of our dreams, desires, and passion lives. It is the part of us that connects us to God and one another. We must guard our hearts. Our hearts are the source of everything we do. It is the wellspring of life. So we must guard it. And we got to ask God to give us pure motives. And be open and honest about where we are. I want to close by reading some scriptures. Look at Matthew 6:21. Amen. Let's start off with Matthew 6:21. Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. I would encourage us to let our treasure be in heaven, so that our hearts will be there also. Proverbs 23, verse 26. Proverbs 23, verse 26. Simply says, my son, give me your heart, and let your eyes delight in my ways. God says, give me your heart. Give it to me. And I love this. And let your eyes delight in my ways. God said, I got you. We must give our heart to God. This is the only hope for us to guard our hearts. Amen. Look at Psalms 51, verse 10. Psalm 51 and verse 10. Listen what it says here. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. God, give me a new heart.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, I want to encourage you to pray for that.
Yes. Amen.
Ask God to give you a new heart. And if you want to hide something in your heart, hide this in your heart. Amen. Psalms 119, verse 9. Yeah. Psalms 119, verse 9. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your word. I seek you with all my heart. I seek you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. I have hidden your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. You want to hide something? Hide God's words in your heart, and you will be able to guard your heart and protect that heart. Praise be to you, Lord. Teach me your decrees. With my lips I recount all the laws that come from your mouth. I rejoice in following your statutes, as one rejoicing in great riches. I meditate on your precepts and consider your ways. I delight in your decrees. I will not neglect your word. Brothers and sisters, I want to close with Frank. Come on up and pray for us. I want us to get on our knees. But I want to say this to you. Start off with my young people. You got to hide God's word in your heart. We're too easily swayed by this world. You got to break free. This world has a choke on some of you. That's why some of you haven't even become a Christian yet. And once some of you become Christian, it seems like you're on a roller coaster. You don't want Satan to do you that way.
That's right.
Because one time you go down, you might not get up. And you don't want to play that game. Some of you said, I want to quit, I want to fall away. That's your choice. God does not make us love him. Anybody has parents? Where are all the parents right now? You ever try to make your child love you? It doesn't work. You better love me right now. I remember getting spanked with my mom one time, like, I hate you. You kids say it too. They get mad and let things go through, they give into their evil desires. I just gave into my evil desires. That's why I needed Jesus. We cannot force you to love Christ. You got to decide that Satan will have no more grip over my heart. And you got to take a look. And sometimes, I pray, I don't pray this for no one. You have to fall on your face for a long time before you come to that grips. But you don't want to fall on your face for a long time. It's something you can't get up. Or you won't get up. You can get up, but then you allow yourself to not get up. We got to turn ourselves in and get a new heart. Let God. There's nothing more thrilling than being a Christian. If you're missing out on something, then repent. Say, God, help me see what I'm missing out on. Why do I think the grass is green on the other side when it's not? But we got to take to heart to find out what's going on in our lives. Married couples, you're going to have to really get serious about what goes on in your household. Because you can confuse your children. You got to make sure it's in your household you're on one accord. Because if you're not, your kids gonna live. They're gonna have you ping-ponging like crazy. Right. You got to be on one accord. You don't want to raise your kids. You got one law, and your other spouse got another. Right. You got to be on one. And when one messes up and disrespect one, that person gonna get in trouble. The kid gonna get in trouble for either spouse he mess around with. Be disrespectful to. Right. You don't discipline if he disrespect one, and don't discipline if he disrespect the other. Right. You got to be on one accord. One accord. On your discipline, on your raising, on your teaching. We got to get on one accord. And husband, we got to lead our household through prayer and Bible reading. Amen. The world's trying to do it now through bad example, and look where this getting our society. I've never seen so many preteens and teens cursing and smoking and acting a fool like I've never seen it this bad before in my lifetime. Like it's acceptable. I walked in Walmart one day and a teenager meet me at the door smoking a cigarette. Come on, can I get a couple dollars? I said, Father, you have brought the boy to me. This is a great opportunity. So I said, before I say no, what are you doing with your life? As soon as you say that, they're ready to run. They're going to run now. You know I know you. I used to live by you. I saw you walk up and down the street all the time. It's hard out here. Wow.
No fooling.
It's hard out here.
We don't know that.
Well, you're right. Especially when you're doing wrong, it's hard out here.
That's right. That's right.
Do right and God will open some doors out here.
That's right.
You know, and of course I invited him to church and didn't respond. Just not long ago, I was riding up down Old St. Augustine Road and I saw him again. I said, that, Lord have mercy. Doing the same thing, hitting a cigarette, looking for $1. Not that he's a bum, or somebody can't do better. That's just his choice.
That's right.
It's decisions our young people are making. Just like you make decisions not to become a Christian. It's a choice. These are decisions our young people are making. Like, I'm not ready to become a Christian because you're going to miss out on something.
There's nothing out there.
But they got to figure that out.
That's right.
Or even our adults, you got to figure that out.
That's right.
There is nothing more important than God.
Amen.
And you want to be blessed and have success in your life, there's no greater success than becoming a Christian.
Amen.
Amen. There's no greater success. And I'm not talking about success because they make a lot of money, got all these cars. I meet people who make money, got cars, and they're miserable. And a lot of them kill themselves because they don't have Jesus.
Right.
I'm talking about success with Jesus. I pray that we take heart of what was said today and learn what it is to guard our hearts. And get motivated to put Christ in our hearts. And do not allow Satan in your heart and just mess you up and thinking that he's the answer when it's Christ.
That's right.
I pray for our heart. I pray for our college students. Some things we seem to be caught up in concerns me. Our insecurities, that's concerning. Christ should make you secure, not insecure. Confident in the Lord. That when you meet a guy, you ain't afraid. Hey, you come to church.
Amen.
You're not worried about if he likes me, if I like him. You're not caught up in that because your heart's full of Christ.
That's right.
When it's full of the world, then you are caught up in that. It freaks you out.
Amen.
We got to fill our hearts with Christ.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Surrender
That's right.
and give God glory.
That's right.
I pray before you leave today, you share about your heart to somebody. We don't need to we can come all down front and write out something. That'd be good for us. I think that'd be good for us. In fact, while when Frank is through praying, we're going to sing a song. Write something out and bring it. I'm going to have a couple of deacons give it to us so we can pray for you this week. What's in your hearts that we need to be praying about? To help you with your impure motives or insecurities or whatever it is, we can help through prayer. The prayer of righteous people is what? Powerful and effective. You want righteous people praying for you and help you overcome those things. Amen?
Amen.
And to God be the glory. Amen. Amen. Pray for us, brother.